Hey there, Scorpio. Welcome to your reading for, this is your June bonus reading. I don't have a lot of time this weekend, so we're just going to do a quick Celtic cross. That's what I'm doing for all signs, and that'll be that. So I'm working on some exciting behind-the-scenes stuff that you'll find out about soon, but also I'm going to be giving away 4 personal readings with me. So if you want to find out more information about that, you can do so at the link in down below. Also, all you have to do is leave a comment and, again, enter at the link, and you will be entered to win. And usually I give away more than I say I'm going to give away, just so you know, like based off of the last giveaway where I gave away like 10. So you never know. Might be more, right? But anyway, you start here in this bonus reading with the 10 of Pentacles. Amazing. Definitely working on success and security is what I feel like you're working on. 10 of Pentacles is a really good card of building, leaving a legacy, and it's a card of like inheritance, but it could say that you're working on building an inheritance. You are maybe working on leaving your mark on the world. You have the world card here as well. So I feel like you're kind of like doing something big this month, and not only this month, probably, I'd say for the rest of the year and into the future. Obviously, it's like you don't just start a big project and then stop working on it usually. But again, I feel like maybe this is the beginning, the ground floor, where you're kind of creating something big. This could also be love that you are working on here as well. So if you want a love connection, we go like this: 8 of Wands, Ace of Wands to the Ace of Cups here. Very interesting. I feel like, I don't want to jump too far ahead here, but I do feel you could be getting into a connection where, it kind of moves forward very quickly. And, it could be one of those things where it starts out as hot steaming hot passion and then actually turns into love. So, don't be surprised if something like that happens. As your crossing energy, you have the High Priestess. The crossing energy can be what hurts you and helps you. I kind of feel both. I feel like, number one, not trusting your intuition obviously will hurt you. And then I feel like what will help you is to trust your intuition. So, I feel that the High Priestess is just talking about your intuition and needing to tap more into it, needing to listen to it more. We have Neptune and Pisces until like the end of 2025, basically. And, I would listen to your intuition. I would listen to your inner voice, and I would do more things to do that as well. Like maybe you need to meditate, or again, people always ask me, do I meditate? No, I do. I go for a walk every single day, and that is how I meditate, is going for a walk, like in nature and stuff like that. So, it's like we're all different. We all recharge our batteries in different ways, and I kind of get that feeling here where like recharging your battery or just taking some extra time to, kind of tap into your intuition would be a good idea. In the area of your thoughts, you have the 8 of Wands. This would be very quick moving thoughts, racing thoughts. So some of you could be having racing thoughts. Do I feel like it's a bad thing? No, is what I would say. I do think you need to organize your thoughts. You go Ace of Wands to the Ace of Cups. When you think about it, an ace is, it's, an ace is number 1. So it's like 1, but I'm just seeing it in my head as 1, one thing. So, if you have a lot of ideas right now, write them all down. Have a place where you can capture your ideas, but work on one thing at a time. If you're overthinking something as well, is what I'm getting here. I feel like you just need to go through with it to, like, maybe you want to communicate with a person, but I'm getting a million things. Like, it could be your boss. Maybe you want to ask for a raise. I feel like this is saying, do it, because you're just thinking about too much here. 8 of Wands, again, racing thoughts, like imagining all the outcomes. And it's like I say, we are in a time where we can pretty much imagine every single outcome that exists until the cows come home, but it's like if we don't do something about it, nothing is going to happen. Again, my only concern for the next until 2026 is basically mental masturbation. Thinking about something feels way too good. Thinking about the fantasy feels way better than kind of taking the action to create the reality. But it's actually an illusion. It's not true. Neptune and Pisces is a goddamn liar. So, really, we have to create the fantasy on Earth, and we need to take the action to do it and not just like think about it all day long. So, I kind of get that energy here where it would be better for you to take the steps to, create the reality. In the area of your foundation, you have the 3 of Pentacles, which literally says you have everything you need to make this happen. 3 of Pentacles is a card of quality work. So, if I feel that you can, kind of create something very quickly here if you get the work going. I also feel like teamwork would be very good for you as well, Scorpio. So, if you're trying to build a business or, something like that, getting people to help you, or just even getting advice from people that you trust would be a really good idea. The other thing I think of with the Three of Pentacles is to like mimic success as well. Three of Pentacles doesn't necessarily say like copy success. Obviously, copying is never a good idea, but I think mimicking success, modeling success is always a good idea. So anything, if you're building a business, maybe there's someone else who's done it successfully. Again, I wouldn't copy them, but there are ways we can Steal Like an Artist. There's a great book, Steal Like an Artist. You should read it. That's kind of like the energy I'm getting here, where it would be good for you to like model yourself after someone who's already successful. And again, we're not stealing something, but doing that I feel will make you successful a lot faster. And then you can add your twist to whatever you're doing. I also feel, by the way, if you are like starting something new, I feel like maybe like if let's say you're in school or something like that, and you're like learning about something that you want to create in your life. I don't know, very specific story. I feel like that some of you are thinking about a bunch of twists that you would add to whatever you're doing. Again, I would write down the ideas, don't lose the ideas, but just get started. Or, some of you, I also see here, going this way to the world, it's like you could be thinking about starting a business or starting like a YouTube channel or something that puts you out into the world. And I feel like this is saying, write down all your ideas, but do what works and then start, adding your twist. You have the Six of Cups here. Six of Cups represents a turnaround. And this is coming up in the past, which is the energy that you're moving past. I literally just feel you are moving past the past with the Six of Cups. It's almost like you're breaking a spell, It's kind of interesting because I feel some of you, this could be an ex, and you know what I mean? It's like maybe some of you are have been kind of like stuck on an ex, but I also feel like literally this month, June, it's like you could see this person in public. Maybe you like run into them or something. Maybe they have a huge ass mustard stain on their shirt and you're like, like what? Why was I dating this person? They like big mustard stain, drool running out of their mouth, right? And you're like, how was I stuck on this person? I get like one of those moments popping into my head where some of you, if this is a person, it's like you're saying to yourself, why was I stuck on that? If this was for others, I feel like I have the word, it's funny that I said mustard because I have the word ketchup, but not ketchup, but as in catch up, right? Popping into my head. For some of you, I feel this Six of Cups is saying you're catching up on something, which is interesting. I always get this energy of you like revisiting an old idea, like it could be a business idea, a career idea, something along those lines. It's like, and all of a sudden you're catching up to it. Especially, let's say this, like let's say during COVID you started something like a business or like a YouTube channel or something like that. I have a weird message popping to my head where it's like maybe you haven't been doing it for like a year or so or something like that, and it's like now you could be doing it again. Or you're doing it in a different way. So again, I always get this like weird rebirth message for you, which makes sense. You're a Scorpio. But it's almost like you could be rebirthing something, but better. But I also get this catch up thing where it's like you're catching up to, maybe you were lacking knowledge, and that's, let's just pretend you had a YouTube channel that couldn't grow. It's like maybe you were lacking the knowledge, and it's like now you're catching up to the knowledge. That's kind of like what I get here, but it could be anything else. You have the Ace of Wands, which is a passionate new beginning. This is coming up in the area of the very near future, so we're talking about right now, June. And, I feel like there's a lot of things that you should be passionate about, or could be. Ace of Wands is also out with the old and with the new. So again, I feel like you're all about kind of like shiny new objects, new things in your life. And also I feel you're kind of like just more focused on passions and, doing things that you're passionate about. And I feel this is what you are going to notice going this way, Eight of Wands to the Ace of Wands. It's literally saying if you focus more on things that you're passionate about, then you will be successful faster. It's like if you're doing things that you feel like you should be doing because society tells you, then I think things are going to move slower. So pay attention to speed, I'm getting here as well. You have the Ace of Cups over the next few months. So again, if you are looking for love, this definitely could be love. But even if you're not, and even if you are, the Ace of Cups can just simply represent fulfillment. So I feel for a lot of you that you are just going to be feeling very fulfilled, like maybe even your job, you're just feeling like, that you're making a difference, that you're getting energy back from what you're doing. And it just feels really good to me. So, I love this. And again, if you do want love, looks good. In the area of your closest relationships, you have the Tower. I have a very specific story popping into my head here. Some of you, not all of you, but some of you I feel are worried about moving. Tower, world. And, it's like when we move, obviously we can be leaving people behind. And so I feel that here where, I feel like this Tower is kind of like saying that there might be a Tower moment in the sense that you're moving away from people that matter to you or that you care about. So, I feel some of you are kind of dealing with that. I don't really have any good advice or, I don't have anything popping into my head other than I think that it's just something that you're dealing with. And again, we are going to clarify this reading in just a minute, but, we'll see what comes up. So, definitely something to think about. Some of you, I feel, are already, grieving the loss of a close relationship. This could be like a friendship, or it could be a relationship. And because again, you end with the Three of Swords, and next you have the World. So, this is showing, the World is showing up in your future feelings, and the World is obviously a very good card. It's a card of accomplishments. She's on top of the World on this World card as well. So I feel like you're feeling very good, but it's like one thing is missing. So again, there could be something missing. You have the Three of Swords, that Tower, and I feel like something is missing. It's like good, but things could always be better, type of energy here. But it could also be the fact that love is missing. It's like maybe you have money, but no love. It could be the other thing. It could be the other way around. Maybe you have love, but no money. It could be something, but I kind of get that feeling where you want to feel on top of the world. And again, we're going to clarify, but I have a feeling the reading is going to move us in this direction right here. Three of Pentacles, Ace of Wands to the World. Three of Pentacles is something that you can do well. It is a card of quality work. The Ace of Wands is passions. And like I said, this way, I feel that your kind of answer to your outcome, which is a Three of Swords, which could be a heartbreak, but I feel like your answer to this is to move more towards what your heart or your passions are guiding you to do. I almost feel that unless you're already in the Three of Swords, that this could be avoided. The Three of Swords, it doesn't have to happen. The Three of Swords is temporary. And again, I feel like a heartbreak could be avoided if you listen to your heart and if you follow your passions. But again, I feel like if you move towards things that are slow, then you're going to have a hard time. And again, we're going to clarify and see where this is really going. But, I get something about speed here. And it's not so much about like just rushing through things, right? That's not the type of speed that I'm talking about, but it's like if you're in the right relationship, I think things just have a nice kind of flow going in this direction, and also things move forward. They don't just, it's not like someone who's just keeping you waiting, for example, right? There's like a nice progress going on here. Same thing in business. It's like, I'm not suggesting you have $1 billion overnight, but I think there's a nice kind of flow that this reading is getting at. So if you're in something that does not have flow, that is pinched off, then I feel that Three of Swords is saying you could avoid this by, moving towards something that does have flow. With the, what was this here? Oh, the Ten of Pentacles with the High Priestess. You have the Knight of Cups. Definitely could be a water sign and could be a knight in shining armor coming in for you. So if you're looking for love, I do feel there could be a knight in shining armor here. I would say it kind of gives me the vibes that it could be very hot and steamy, and then it turns into love. So it might be one of those things. I said this to you in your last reading. Didn't I? I remember because I said something about accidentally ending up in bed with someone, right? I said that, sometimes we just end up in one of those situations where we do it like a tuck move. We do like a front flip in the air, accidentally fall into the bed with another person, and then, close her off all of a sudden. I said this to you, and that's exactly the same what I see right here. It's like this might, I'm no judgments here, Scorpio. This is, this could be one of those situations where it starts off physical and then actually turns into a love situation. So don't be surprised when it happens. With the Eight of Wands, you have the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles says, is the juice worth the squeeze? Again, remember we were talking about these rushing thoughts that I was getting with the Eight of Wands here. The Seven of Pentacles says, if you're thinking, and again, I think the whole entire reading, honestly, with that Three of Swords, I think is saying, if you're thinking about having a new beginning, you should just have the new beginning, because it looks to me like that Three of Swords could be avoided. With the Three of Pentacles, you have the Emperor. Whatever you're working on is going to be very successful. So again, if you're revisiting an old idea, but you're breathing new life into it, I see a lot of success for you. I feel like I've been saying this to you all year. So it definitely is like one of those repeat messages. It's like, if you're thinking about starting again, do it. Especially if it's like a business or YouTube, because YouTube keeps popping into my head. With the Ace of Wands, you have the Seven of Cups here. Again, these are these Neptune and Pisces illusions. Wasn't it you that I talked to this about? It's like Neptune and Pisces gives us these illusions where again, it's the mental masturbation thing, where it's like the fantasy kind of we think might feel better than the reality, so we just stay stuck in the fantasy world, right? And so again, I feel like some sort of fantasy needs to be brought back down to earth with this Seven of Cups. Seven of Cups basically says there are good things and bad things in those cups, and you have a choice what you bring down to earth. But also, the thing with the Seven of Cups is we can get stuck in that energy. We can get stuck thinking like, oh, this could be good, this could be bad. Like, this relationship could be good or it could be bad. This business could be good or bad. But it's like, unless we actually go through with it, we have no clue how it's going to turn out. So we have to make it a reality. And I feel that. With the Ace of Cups, you have the Nine of Cups. Yes, fulfillment. It's like whatever this is, right here, is going to lead to fulfillment. You have 2 sevens, which is internal fears that don't exist. So again, maybe some of you are worried that something will only be a physical connection, but actually it won't. It will be a full-on connection right here. So, I would move towards fulfillment. The Nine of Cups also says bathe in the energy of what you want. It's a card of kind of manifesting your desires through not just visualization, but being around an energy. It's like there are certain things, I don't really have any good examples, but there are like certain things that we can do to, have love. We have to be in love before we can have love. So I always tell people, if you don't have love, go love a dog, go love a cat, go love nature, go, be in love with something, right? Because when you do that, then you're actually saying to the universe that you want love. Go take yourself out on a date. Like so many people, it's like they want to do things that they would do in a relationship, and they're like, I'll do this when I'm in a relationship. It's like, no, do it right now, because then you'll attract a relationship. And I feel that. With the Nine of Cups. With the Tower, you have the Magician here. See, I feel this could be some sort of new beginning. We were talking about potentially a move for some of you here, and it's like you're fearing the loss of something. The Magician also says, with the Tower, one warning I will give you here that is popping into my head is that the Magician has mastery over all the suits in the tarot. And so when it comes up at the Tower, it can basically say you're only seeing one way of doing things when there are 900 ways of doing things. So, if you are stuck in work, business, or this is coming up in the area of your closest relationships, not just love, could be any type of relationship. It could even be your relationship to something, like we have a relationship to our business or a job. The Magician is saying to me, to you, that if you are stuck in any area of your life, that maybe you just need to use a different tool. Maybe you're thinking too much with that Eight of Wands in the area of your thoughts, too many racing thoughts. Maybe you need to use your resources with your Pentacles, or maybe you need to inject more of your heart into something, right? Or maybe you need to give more. Again, I'm doing this giveaway down below. I'm giving away more because it's like I've just noticed my channel's kind of going down, but I've also been feeling kind of selfish, right? If I'm being honest. So, usually whenever I get selfish like this, my channel goes down. So then I have to give back more. And, maybe that's what you need to do. I don't know. But, just a thought. With the World card, you have the Judgment card, one of my favorite combinations. Judgment to the World. So clearly, there's a lot of success coming in for you. I also feel like you're waking up to something that would really make your life more come full circle. Sometimes I think of the world as just things kind of connecting like a full circle. And sometimes, remember what I was saying, that something seems to be missing here from your reading. So it's like maybe you have money but not love, or you have love but not money, or you have, those are just 2 examples. There's a million things that I'm sure you're missing. But what I would say here is that it's like you're waking up to a way to get those things. With the Three of Swords here, you have the Four of Cups. Yes, this is what I would pay attention to if you're experiencing a heartbreak, is I feel like some of you, there's a person who really wants to pour into you. This is my favorite Four of Cups. This is from the White Sage Tarot, and you can see that those 3 cups are pouring into 1 cup, and, it's like mostly the Four of Cups is like the cup sticking out of the clouds. There's 3 cups in front of the guy. He's not like getting, he feels like he's not getting what he wants to manifest, right? But this 4 cups, it's like, again, it's almost like everything is pouring into that 1 cup. So I feel like there is a much better connection coming in for you if you're sad about love, a love connection, or if you feel like you don't have what you want here with the 4 cups. The other thing I will say is that if you're like worried about something with that 3 of Swords, it could be anything. The 4 of Cups and the Magician is, again, telling me that, the 4 of Cups traditionally, to me, says that you actually have manifested the things that you want in life, but you just need to mix it all together. I always look at the 4 of Cups as, trying to bake a cake. It's like he has manifested the flour, the sugar, the eggs in front of him. He just needs to mix it together and pop it in the oven. So it's almost as if you just need to follow the steps to avoid that 3 of Swords. But that's what I get for you here, Scorpio. Again, contest link down below. Make sure to leave a comment to enter into the contest, and also enter at the link down below. Giving away 4 free readings. So if you want to enter for that, it might be more. I don't know. Who knows? You never know what will happen on Minnow Tarot, right? So make sure to do that. But thank you, and definitely enjoy your week.